What's this video gonna be about? This video is gonna be about this car. This big fucking car. This gigantic car that I've had for most of my life, but there are some issues with it. The main issue, it hits bad. Why does it hit? Because it's too low. Why is it too low? Because the springs that are in it aren't the proper springs. They're super old, they're sagging. So, what did we do? We got new springs. New coil springs from, what are these from? Moogie? I don't fucking know. They came in the mail. I don't know. They're about 4 inches taller than the one we currently have in there, and they're brand new. So not only should it raise the car, but it should also stiffen it up so it's not so boat-like. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna swap the coil springs out of this thing, and we're gonna see how fun that is, because it's not fun. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna jack this car up in the air. We're gonna get two, I don't even know what they're called, two jacky boys underneath there to make sure that it doesn't fall. Then we're gonna get the wheel off. We're gonna start with the passenger side. We're gonna get the wheel off. We're gonna compress the coil spring with a coil spring compressor. We're gonna pull it out. Then we're gonna uncompress the spring with a coil spring compressor. Then we're going to recompress the new spring, this little guy right here, with the coil spring compressor. And then we're gonna put it back in and then decompress it again. It's gonna be a lot of compressing, a lot of decompressing, and then we're gonna have to do it to the other side. So it's gonna be very fucking loud, and yeah, but you know what? It's okay, because we have some help. Excuse me. We got some help in the shop today with this guy. He's gonna basically do sit. Yeah. Can you sit? He's gonna do most of the work. He's like he's the real strong. He's like the strength in the house. He's like the buff guy in the house that does all the work. Yeah. Oh my God, you're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to do it. I don't care. Okay. So we're gonna make sure he has all the tools he needs, right, bud? Okay. All right, so we have the tire off now. Got the tire off. There's that coil spring. The thing is, woo! Look at that thing. It's looking nasty. Nasty coil spring. That was fun. So, what do we got to do to get that coil spring out of there? We have to get the shock out of there. To get the shock out of there, is 2 bolts underneath. Is 1 bolt on the top. We start with top one, I think. I think we'll start with the top one. Okay. So, to get to the top bolt, I gotta pop the hood. Where are you? 2 hands. It's a 2-hand job. And then it's chaboy right there. That little bolt right there. See that little guy right there? There it is on that side. And on this side, it's right there. So, let's this engine needs a good cleaning, huh? But let's get that bolt off of there. How am I gonna get that bolt off of there? I don't know. So we got the bolt off of that. That's good news. Now we're gonna get underneath this gear. The same size? It's bigger. What? Ah! Come on. Ooh. Okay, well, that was fun. So that just fell on me. That was cool. So we got the shock out. Now we're gonna need to compress this spring, right? Cha. And how we do that is I have a special spring compressor tool. Huh? First, you basically, how do you say? You compress the spring, and you use a spring compressor that you have to rent from an auto parts store in town. But if you're like me, you rent it and then you forget to return it, and then they charge you $80 for it, and then now it's yours. So now I own this very, very nice coil spring compressor. Wow, look at that. You know, that looks pretty impressive. You like my Gollum stance? Precious. First thing we gotta do is get this apart. I only put it back together to just gonna spin on its own because of the weight. That'd be really satisfying. Stick this piece way up in there, then stick that other piece way down there, and then you kind of run the shit out of it with an impact gun, and then you're all good. That's basically how it works. The first thing we gotta do is get this piece up in the spring, over the coils, in the middle. It's really hard. This is the hardest part. So we're gonna do that now. I'm gonna get on the creeper. I'm gonna get in position. Okay. So now we're gonna put in the bottom section, which is these hook underneath. We also want to get these absolutely as low as possible. Go! Holy fucking hell. First spring was not easy at all. Wow. I got stuck a bunch of times. It was really hard, but we finally got it compressed. Oh. So that's at least how big we need it to be to get that new one in. That's gonna be a job and a half. Doing suspension shit, it's no joke. Do not underestimate doing suspension. So we're at 13.5 inches to get it in, and this guy is 17. So we need to go to 13.5. That's pretty, oh, got it through there a little bit somehow, but oh my God, right? So this is the compressed new spring. This is the uncompressed new spring. So you'll see we're at about 13 inches or so. Should fit back in there. So we're gonna throw this guy right back in the car. Well, hey, Mr. Bain, thank you for your help on the car, bud. So we swapped the spring on the passenger side and it worked. And the car is like this much taller on that side. So I'll do the other side tomorrow because I'm in pain.
All right, so today, day 2, we're gonna do the second spring today on this side because, well, yesterday we had a lot of things go wrong, and it's gonna go really well. I'm sure it's gonna go very well.
All right. Shock is out. All right, so having a bit of trouble getting the bolt into the top little forks because when the spring compresses on the car, it kind of curves. It doesn't stay straight. So you can see how curved the spring is this way. It curves this way. So this bolt needs to go straight out the bottom here so I can, use a tool on it to compress it. So, because if I can't get this to go in straight, then it's going to get caught like it did yesterday, and we're going to add 3 hours to the time slot, which I'm not willing to do today. super freaking hard, but we got it out. I hope I never have to do this again. All right, so there's the old spring, there's the new spring. Let's get compressing. My wife's amazing and she brought me bacon. Thank you, wife. We got it to compress to 14 inches, but for some reason, this drill just kind of stopped working. It doesn't, like, it's working, but it doesn't seem to be compressing it any further. So I don't know if this is just maxed out, like it can't take any more pressure because it's so strong, possibly. I don't know, maybe. It's a very thick spring compared to the old one. So we're gonna see if I can pry this at 14 inches in that tiny little gap. I don't know, I don't think it's gonna work, but we'll find out. The last thing I want to do is pop the ball joint. I hate to say this. We're gonna have to pop the ball joint. The last time I popped the ball joint, it took me 6 hours to get it back together because the thread on the ball joint right here is very stripped very badly. So in reality, I need a new ball joint. Can you see what I'm doing? So this whole thing is gonna drop down. So we need to support it with the jack. All right, so now it's supporting the tire. So now we're gonna get that nut out. Oh my God, is this nut fucked up? Oh, mama. Now how low do we need to lower it to get the fucking thing in there? I'm not really sure. Oh, don't want this to fall. Okay, hold on. Okay, so that's gonna go against the brake line. So that's not good. Shit. We're gonna have to call my wife. Hey, Christy! Let's see if Christy hears me. Because I'm kind of... Yeah, she hears me. We're good. We're good. Hey, little wife. Hey. Could you assist me? All right, so my wife saved the day. Christy got me a strap. We've popped it. All right, it's disconnected now. So all the weight of the drum is on this strap. And if we didn't do that, then all the weight would have went on the brake line, and then the brake line could have gotten damaged. Obviously, you don't want damaged brakes, especially on a car like this. So it looks like we've got about 2 more inches of clearance. So now we're gonna try to sneak that spring in this way and see what happens. I hope to God that it fits. Please fit. You gigantic fucking spring. Oh God. Oh. Okay. And flick. Oh, come on. So I need to guide this in while jacking the jack up. Okay. Oh, there he goes. No. Come on. You little dick. You little bugger. There we go. Now, if we can get this back on, this nut will go back on, and everything will be all right. Are you going on? Yes. I think we got it. Oh, yeah. We did it. It's on there. The fucking nut is on there. I can't believe it. And now all we have to do is decompress the spring, and we're done. Wow. So we did it. The cotter pin is in. The ball joint is back together. I can't believe it. Wow. So now all we have to do is decompress the spring. Hopefully, I don't mess it up. All right. So spring is decompressed. Now we just need to get the rest of it out. So we got the pole out. Now we need to get this piece out, which should be easier. But this piece has become one with the car. That's going to be a pry bar moment right there. And I'm not looking forward to that, but hey, you know, it's going to be fine. How I got it out yesterday is I pried these apart. Yeah, she is much, much taller now. Much taller in the front. But, I don't know. Much more clearance. And honestly, I liked the stance before, but this is the new stance now. Precious! Ooh, there's a cat. There's a cat underneath that car.